On a warm afternoon in Oxford, a young girl named Alice sat beneath a tree, listening, or at least trying to listen, to her sister's history lesson. But Alice's mind had already begun to wander. Suddenly, something caught her eye. A white rabbit, wearing a waistcoat, hurried past, nervously checking his pocket watch. "Oh dear! I'm late!" he cried. Curious and excited, Alice jumped to her feet and followed him right into a rabbit hole. Down, down, down she fell, tumbling through a strange tunnel filled with floating objects, drifting slowly as if time itself had forgotten how to move. When she finally landed, Alice found herself in a peculiar room with a tiny locked door. On a nearby table sat a small bottle labeled "Drink Me." Without much thought, she took a sip, and began to shrink. Now small enough, she rushed to the door, but oh no! She had forgotten the key on the table. Then she spotted a cookie. One bite and suddenly she grew, and grew, and grew. Frustrated and overwhelmed, Alice burst into tears, her cries forming a flood that filled the room. Determined, she shrank herself again and floated through the tiny door, carried by the very bottle that had changed her size. In this strange new world, nothing made sense. She met two peculiar twins, Tweedledum and Tweedledee, who spoke in riddles and told curious tales. She followed the white rabbit once more only to be mistaken for his servant. Inside his house, she grew so large that she became stuck, arms and legs bursting through windows. Barely escaping, she shrank again and wandered deeper into Wonderland. A garden of talking flowers greeted her with cheerful songs, only to suddenly accuse her of being a weed and chase her away. Confused and alone, Alice soon met a wise but temperamental caterpillar, who advised her to eat pieces of a magical mushroom to control her size. With some trial and error, Alice finally managed to return to normal. But Wonderland was far from done with her. In a twisting forest, she met the mysterious Cheshire Cat, who appeared and disappeared at will, leaving behind only his glowing grin. He pointed her toward a mad tea party. There, the Mad Hatter, the March Hare, and a sleepy Dormouse celebrated an unbirthday, a celebration of absolutely nothing at all. Their nonsense and chaos tested Alice's patience, and she soon left, more confused than ever. Lost once again, she found herself in the garden of the Queen of Hearts. A fierce ruler with a quick temper, the Queen shouted her favorite command: "Off with their heads!" In a bizarre game of croquet using flamingos and hedgehogs, the rules changed constantly, always in the Queen's favor. When things spiraled into chaos, Alice was put on trial. But this time, something inside her changed. She stood tall, literally growing larger and braver, no longer afraid of the madness around her. "This is nonsense," she declared. And just like that, Wonderland began to crumble. The voices faded, the colors dissolved, and suddenly, Alice opened her eyes. She was back under the tree. Safe. Calm. Home. Was it all just a dream? Alice smiled softly, joining her sister for tea, but somewhere deep inside, she knew Wonderland would always be a part of her.